let's take a look at how you can create an assignment in Blackboard. So I'm going to go over here to Module 1. And as you can see, as I'm kind of going through the class here, this is already a class that's ready to go. This is my developmental shell. I've already built, designed, created everything. I could export it, import it, and it's good. So I want to do this so I can show you Week 2, Elements Music 1. And I'm going to scroll down to where I have this first assignment. This is Music and Video Journal 1, Charles Lim, Your Brain and Improv. And I've got all the stuff that I need here, but I want you to see it first, then we're going to build it. So I'm going to click the assignment. And as you can see, I have my title, image, what is the assignment? The details, options for submission. I got a YouTube playlist here. And we're going to recreate all that, of course. My grading criteria, these are my acceptable answers, and focus on the learning, listen, experience, discover, learn, know, understand, and apply. And, of course, the assignment settings over here that we want to recreate as well. So let me X out of here, and let's recreate this together. Now, I'm not going to delete it. This is a dev shell, so I could, no big deal. One of the things that I did forget to do, there's one little thing that I want to, actually want to maybe edit. Let's take a look here. Let's look at that description. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So now we're recreating. So what I'm going to do here, go over here to the plus, I'm going to click it, and I want to create. All right, now create item. So let's see, document, embedded cloud, document link. Let's just keep going. Assessment. We want an assignment. So I'm going to click on assignment. And we just get going with it. Now I got some notes here. So let me go to the notes. I guess I could type everything and do it from scratch, but we're recreating. So I've got my handy dandy notes, and I'm just going to be going over here to my Blackboard notes. I want to copy some things. Music and Video Journal 1, Charles Lim, Your Brain and Improv. Okay, we're going to put that here. Awesome. So far, so good. And I need to start with the instructions. And before I do that, I want to start at the top with this image from URL. This is actually on the back end of Blackboard Ultra. You could do these images by the back end of Blackboard Ultra through URLs. You could use cloud computing, like sometimes I'll do these through Dropbox. You could just, upload, get the image, from without doing image through OEL. I mean, I could say I could do the attachment. It would be no problem. I mean, I could attach the image, image from URL. These kind of things. I can come over here. I can just upload it. I do have videos on like images and the different possibilities. But for now, let's go ahead and start with image from URL. Let's copy and paste the URL there. I'm going to go over here and I'll just kind of grab my alternative text here. Going to copy and paste that. Going to bring it in. We'll kind of go back and forth here. Do this. And I'm going to hit insert. Yeah, there we go. Looking good, right? Yeah. All right. Awesome. Okay. Let's go back and get the information. Okay. We're going to get all this. This will get us all the way to the YouTube playlist. Come back over here. Now, this all works because I've already done my planning. The course is created. Obviously, it's going to take some time for you to kind of plan out, what's the criteria, what are the options for submission. Many of us take weeks, months, years to kind of fine-tune and edit, update, change, revise, the whole 9 yards. The idea here is just kind of showing you the flow. Now, I'm going to try that with the image. It might be too close, but let's see. All right, sharing what you learn. Please talk about. That looks good. Options for submission. I got my bold carryover. I'm going to space down for a second. And the next thing I want to do, I'm going to come over here. I need to get this YouTube playlist that I've actually created. And I'll show you how to do that in an upcoming video where I take you through step by step. But this one's already done for me. So we're going to copy and paste the YouTube playlist link. We're going to go back over here. And what I need to make sure I do is, let's see, insert content. I want to embed media. And I'm going to go media URL. Okay, copy and paste that in there. I'm going to go ahead and get the ALT, that alt text. This is a playlist for the music and video journals. We're going to copy that. We're going to come back, make the screen bigger. Okay. All right, and let's make sure we're good to go there. Awesome, and we'll test it in just a moment. All right, so now we're going to come over to the last part of the assignment, which has my grading criteria. These are not acceptable answers, and then focusing on the learning, listen, experience, discover, learn, know, understand, and apply. So let's get all of this here. And if you're taking it from a document, certainly you could just kind of do this on the fly. And honestly, as you go through the years, you'll have these things already done. You'll just be, probably copying from, another shell, another class, these kind of things. So this, depending on, how you're doing this and where you're at in the planning stages, prep stages, or the final stages. Let's go right there. That looks a little bit better. Okay, grading criteria. All right, and I want to change this a little bit, make it look a little smoother. Now, just kind of a run-of-the-mill. Make sure. All right, so I've got my image. I might change that spacing. Let's see. I'm going to save it first, and I'll come back and double check. So we got the image. Sorry about that image, and I want to go over to image from URL. Okay, cool. That's all good. URL, alternative text, musical notes in black and white. Awesome, outstanding. Sharing what you learned from your active listening session is the most important aspect of the assignment. Well, it's music appreciation class, and I think that's pretty important. All right, please talk about, typing your own voice. Very important. That's looking good. My options for submission, they're plentiful. We got a bold on the options for submission, bold to access all the music and video journals. Click the playlist icon and select the video. I'll demonstrate that after I save so you can kind of see how that works. And this is probably going to be okay. I don't want to get any closer. Yeah, we're going to go with that and see. That should be okay. These are not, so the criteria is good, bold and bullet list. These are not acceptable answers, bold and bullet list, and then our learning. Now, that gets us going there. Let's see how it looks here as a recreating of the assignment. Music and Video Journal 1, Charles Lemire Brain on Improv. And since this is a duplicate and already made course, I'm just going to put a little note to myself up here. I'm going to put... I can just practice or recreate because, I want to delete one of those when we're done. But when you're doing it, of course, you're doing it for real. So, of course, but I'm recreating. All right, so I just put in there practice since it's a practice run and just kind of showing you how to do it. But even then, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? And maybe I can just change the due date so I know as the making of this video. The point is, and you might be really intrigued maybe by the image or the submission things. If you're looking at this going whoa, I wouldn't mind trying these options for submission and maybe my class. Cool. And by all means, if you're think this is really cool, totally go ahead and grab it. If you're hip to, this is why I'm making these videos. I might be showing you how to create an assignment, from some preparatory notes, and you're like, hey, I want to grab some of those criteria ideas, or these are not acceptable answers. What I can probably do in the description, I try not to forget, is just I can probably put a template or a text file or put some of that in there if some people are like, hey, that might be helpful for anybody out there checking this out now. So I feel pretty good about how it looks. I may want to change that space, but the important thing is just getting the ball rolling. Now on the playlist, here's what you got. This is very important. There are actually quite a few students that are when they go to all my journal assignments in music appreciation and American music, they see the same first video, say in music appreciation, and I have to remind them, hey, make sure you click the playlist icon. So you see I'm hovering over that now, right? And then there you go, and you can see they're all in order. It makes it a little easier in a class that has a lot of music stuff to kind of access different playlists for different types of assignments, whether it's journals or discussions or lectures or whatever. So some stuff that you can kind of think about. And you can see, it's got assignment 1, Charles Lim, Evelyn Glennie, number 2, Chili Peppers, Benjamin Britten. It just goes down the list. You can kind of check those out as you wish or like. So I feel good about everything. I could always make it more beautified, maybe with, fonts or colors or spacings, but I feel like this is pretty good. The only other thing I might change is maybe this spacing here. If I wanted to try to make it perfect, it's not that big of a deal. The point is to have some good flow when you're doing these kind of things and creating assignments. Now I need to make sure, obviously, that I've got everything labeled here in the title. I'm happy with the image and the playlist, and that everything is flowing in terms of how it's laid out on submission criteria. These are not acceptable answers, the learning steps. I need to, and I really think those things through before I get to this stage. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. All right, let's go to assignment settings. We're going to click the gear, and just for me, just so I know that hey, this was the practice run or the recreate run, I'm going to go ahead and click. And the original date for me on this one was going to be Feb 22. I'm actually going to, just so I know for myself, I'm going to put 23 on this one, and I'm going to change this. Let's see, to 23/26, 11 p.m. We're going to prohibit late submissions for this one. Default, prohibit new attempts after due date. Let's scroll down. Let's go for the grade category. We're going to mark it as a journal. We're going to do 2 attempts. And let's go with attempts to grade. Let's make sure we're going to grade attempts to grade last, first, all attempts. Final grade calculation, highest grade. Yeah, perfect. Grade using, let's do with a percentage. 100 points. Anonymous, evaluation, peer. No, none of this is going to apply for me anyway on this assignment. No access code, no respondus, proctored, no time limit, rubric, no. I do want to put a description in there, and I want to enable save assign. So let's go over to my notes, and let's see, I've got all that. Well, and I changed this right here, and I just made it here anyway. This was really more of a note to myself. Hopefully I get it right, but just so that I know. Grading category, journal, save assign, yes. I need that description. We need to bring that over. If I make a mistake, if I miss something, misspell, can always fix that stuff. No worries there. All right, so I got sharing what you learned from your active listening session is the most important aspect of the assignment. I mean, hands down for sure. Let me click enable safe assign, allow students to view safe assign originality report for their attempts. Yes. I don't want to exclude it. I want to make sure, I'm going to leave that one unchecked. Exclude submissions from the institutional and global reference database. I want that to be part of the thing. Okay, we're cool. And let's save that, enabling safe assign and letting the students see it. And then I have the master save, of course, because I don't want to have to come back in here and redo all this. So let's hit the master save. Okay, so that is Music and Video Journal 1, Charles Lim, Your Brain on Improv. I see my title. Everything looks good in terms of the assignment, the flow, and the layout. I could make changes as I want. I can see the due date, February 23rd, 2026. No late submissions, journal, 100 maximum points, 2 attempts, save assign enabled, description. This is looking really good. Now, let's get out of here for a second. And of course, I want to be able to do this. I'm going to make it visible to the students in this case. And I can see I'm like aligned neck and neck. Everything looks great. I'm going to click on the original assignment, and it looks like it's pretty much the same. Now, as I'm doing this video, I may go back later and say, oh, well, the spacing here is a little bit different, but I think you get the idea in terms of, for some people watching this video, you might see, you might go, hey, I already know how to do this, but those options for submissions are cool. Or you might want to nab the grading criteria, or you may have never done a playlist. Or you might be watching this and just going, whoa, how do I do all this in Blackboard Learn Ultra? So I hope this video helps somebody. This is how you create an assignment in Blackboard Learn Ultra. I'm Professor Ron with Blackboard Tips and Tricks. That's all I have for today. Have a wonderful, awesome day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.